Big fire-breathing dragons. That's just a story, right? Well, that's basically true, but those stories only tell a small fraction of the history of dragons. And I'm here today to see if we can find out if they were truly real. Dragons have been around for thousands of years. Countless countries and cultures have integrated stories of serpent-like creatures into their oral storytelling, art, and literature.
Whoa! We've come upon a brave knight dressed in shiny metal armor. His cape flies out behind him. He's thrusting his lance down towards a dragon, pinning it to the ground. Is the dragon dead? No! The dragon grabs the lance with one paw, swirls its long neck towards the knight, and opens its mouth to reveal sharp teeth. This action-packed painting seems frozen in time. The white horse is mid-gallop, his tail aloft and his front legs rearing above the dragon. His head is turned and he looks out at us, as if to say, "Check this out."
Hello there. It's me, the white horse. Would you like to know what's happening here? I was out riding with my master, St. George. We came across a princess in distress. That's her to the right, the beautiful Princess Cleodolinda. She is dressed in red. She kneels on the ground, clasping her hands. The princess told us about an evil dragon that was tormenting her village. You can see the town off in the distance. Can you find the dragon's lair? It's in the rocks to the left. Imagine what frightful things you might find inside that dark and scary cave. When the dragon came out of the cave to attack the princess, St. George pinned it to the ground with his lance. That's the moment taking place right now. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I must get back to the action.
What do you think happens next? According to a popular legend from the Middle Ages, George kills the dragon, saving the princess and her village. St. George was admired for his courage and selflessness. He was a Roman soldier who was born more than 1,600 years ago in modern-day Turkey. This tiny painting was created over 500 years ago by the Italian artist R.E.A.L. It's very small and detailed because it was meant to be viewed close up by its owner.
But where did these stories come from? And why were they created? Let's see. Early discoveries of natural occurrences that just could not be explained probably attributes to the stories of dragons. I mean, imagine you have a large creature swimming right beneath your boat, or an abnormally large snake, or an aggressive Komodo dragon. In the 13th century, the famous explorer Marco Polo claimed that he discovered a large serpent creature with 2 legs that had large teeth, jaws that were wide enough to swallow a man, with the teeth that were really sharp, and the whole appearance made the creature just really kind of spooky looking. Now it is generally believed that what he just saw was an actual crocodile, not a dragon. But dragons take on many different shapes and sizes from many different cultures. They have never looked the same. But why haven't they looked the same? Why are they different? Why are they drawn differently? This is an interesting question that we will answer next. Why is this considered a dragon, but so is this? And these? They are all very different. Why are there such wide differences all across the globe? From the loving, shape-shifting Chinese dragon to the feathered Mesopotamian dragon god. Well, stories of dragons have existed as long as stories have existed, okay? Now, they're usually considered having wings and scales and claws and breathe fire. They're also thought to be majestic or magical. Different cultures have varying stories. Like in the Europeans, they thought there was dragons at the edge of the world waiting to get the sailors for a nice tasty snack. He looked pretty hungry, doesn't he? Dragons in the West were often depicted as bad guys who hoarded lots of treasure or maidens or just both. On the other side of the world, Chinese, Japanese, and Koreans all worshipped the magical dragons that they thought brought prosperity and good luck. Japanese dragons are often looked at as water deities that have to do with water, streams, bodies of water, and even rain. They are often depicted as large serpents with clawed feet and wingless. Now, dragons have infiltrated our modern stories too, like R.E.A.L and the Last Dragon here, which depicted Asian-type dragons. Another Disney classic with a dragon in it is Mushu, which comes to us in the Chinese story of Mulan. And now we have a DreamWorks show called How to Train Your Dragon about a young boy named Hiccup who trained a dragon and helps learn how to coexist with other dragons. So with all these stories, does there prove that dragons are real? Well, ancient people may have found dinosaur bones and thought they were remains of dragons. Ancient philosopher and archaeologist Shang Fu found a giant tail and gave claim that it was a dragon, trying to prove they were real. Well, there's Stegosauruses. Those are some mighty big dinosaurs which had scales and big plates and big feet, and they were up to 15 feet tall. So a lot of people thought they were dragons. You know, there was also a city that found remains of an ancient rhino, they said was a dragon, and they even still have a statue of it in their town square today. Humans usually try to find meaning in things they can't explain. You know, the closest thing we have to a dragon is a Komodo dragon. Not the dragon in the mythological sense, but still fierce just the same. But as they say, where there's smoke, there's still fire. Maybe they were real. Even if dragons aren't real, this is a good way to cook marshmallows. Oh yeah, keep it a little more fire now. A little bit, yeah, just keep it roasty, keep it toasty, make it nice and yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh yeah, not too dark.
Alright guys, it's time to create your own dragon. It could be any kind of dragon, but we're going to learn one right here. Now we're first going to start with just a little line with two little bumps for his ears. And then now we're going to draw two curved lines for the side of the face. Now we're going to add a U shape for the bottom of the nose. Now we're going to add two little nostrils, of course, for his nose. And then we're going to add his eyes by doing two curved lines and then two straight lines across. Now we're going to make a thick black line for his eyeballs. Ooh, he looks like a tough dragon already. Alright, now we're going to add some neck lines. They start right here at the U, and then we go down on one side and down on the other. Kind of looks like a tall giraffe right now, doesn't it? But it will look like a giraffe in a minute. We're going to make a big U shape or a big ball shape on the bottom. Now notice it is wider than the neck, okay? Now we're going to add some feet. We have the line in the middle just to separate the 2 feet. We're going to make a long line on the bottom so we have feet on both sides, okay? And now we're going to add some claws. See, we got one claw there, and then now we have the 2 legs. Looks pretty tough. Now look, we had some more little feet lines, so he has more than 1 claw. He has 3. And then now we're going to work on the next part, which is his hands. Now notice I'm making a little bump line here, like an upside down U, and then I make a zigzag line underneath. That's a good little hand, okay? Then we'll make another little curve, upside down U, back to the body, so it looks like the arm is sticking out. Now we're going to make a second one. Here's more zigzag lines. I made it a little lower this time, just so that you can see that there's 2 arms. And then another curved line back. Alright, now here's the fun part. we're going to add some wings. But at first it won't look like wings. But watch, we're going to start with a big line going up on both sides. One on each side. And then we're going to make a straight line coming down. But first, notice how tall my wings are. They're about as even with the head. So now here is the straight line coming down on one side, almost down to his feet, not all the way though. And then another line on the other side. It looks like a big M behind me, doesn't it? But now, we're going to make it look like dragon wings. So we're going to add a curve from the top part of that line, you see there, all the way down to the bottom. Cool. Now let's do the same thing to the other side. Start at the top, curve all the way down. Perfect. Now notice they're not the same. That's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's two sets of wings. Now we're going to connect the bottom of the wings. We're going to make another line. It's kind of like a curved line, okay? Or an upside down U is like we say. Okay, now it looks like the wings are folded closed. Do you see that? Makes it look like it's closed. They're hanging down. Now we're going to make it look like it's stronger, like a big body part. So I added, make it look like a thicker line, a second line on both sides. So now it looks like folded wings. Pretty cool looking, huh? Yeah, it's looking good. Now we're going to add some details. A tail. Every dragon needs his tail, but it's way far away. So we're going to make it real skinny and come right back up to the front. And now you can see that it's a tail behind him hanging out. So now, let's add some other details. We're going to add like where the scales or the front part of the dragon, okay? So you see I made two lines in the middle there. And now we're going to draw his belly. Okay, so now we had some little lines. So now we're making some lines across. These are like the chest plates of the dragon. Pretty cool looking, huh? Not too hard, just straight lines across. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. Alright guys, that was pretty awesome. Let's have fun making your dragon. Remember, you don't have to make this one. You can make the other dragons that I have for you as well. Have fun!